How is it going, guys? Today we're going to be installing a critical component on the WRX. This is the new Killer Bee Motorsports dual catch can setup. This is going to help to keep our intake system free and clear of any oil vapors and blow by that can be recirculated through the PCV system. Without it, things can become contaminated, causing seals and hoses to prematurely fail, the lowering of your fuel octane and detonation in the combustion chamber, and just an overall decrease in performance, as well as the dreaded engine failure. Subarus are already known for being finicky, so this is definitely not something you want to have to deal with. But installing a kit like this is going to help to give you the peace of mind knowing that's one less thing you have to worry about. Plus, Killer Bee engineered this kit to be one of the easiest to install. You can install it in about 30 minutes to an hour. So let's take a look at what is included in the kit, and then I can show you how to get it installed. All right, so we've got catch can for the CCV side. This one right here is going to be for the PCV side. And then we have some hardware, zip ties, hose, clamps. And then we've got some more clamps in here. Of course, Killer Bee sticker. And I think that's it.
Let's talk about these real quick. First off, Kevin, why is it so small? Valid question. Killer Bee actually utilizes an advanced vortex design that's seen in a lot of higher end cars. BMWs, Porsches, Lamborghinis. It's a very efficient design that doesn't need a large baffle system, so it results in a much more compact unit. Second, the FA24 actually has changes made that help to reduce the amount of oil vapor and blow-by that gets recirculated, so you shouldn't see the same amount that we've seen with previous gen cars. And if you're filling up a large catch can with oil anyway, you probably have a big issue you want to look into. And I actually love the compact design of these. It's going to be pretty non-intrusive on any other parts that you have installed in the engine bay. It's going to give it an OEM plus look, and you may not even notice that it's there. We're gonna start by installing the catch can on the CCV side first. That's gonna be this hose right here that goes from your turbo inlet to the crankcase vent port. We are gonna be modifying this hose. Not a big deal because it is very much easily replaceable if for some reason you want to go back to stock. We're gonna remove this belt cover to give us a little bit more room to work. There's just a 10mm bolt on the passenger side. And then on the driver's side, we'll just pull straight up to pop it out of the rubber grommet. On this hose here, we're gonna remove a portion of the outer sheathing. You can line it up with the back of the connector here and take a sharp razor blade to slice all the way around. You can unclip it from the intake manifold to give yourself a little bit more room to work. And once you have that sliced, you can cut all the way down to the end here and remove this portion of the sheathing. Just be careful not to slice too deep and hit the plastic hose underneath. So just take your time here. It doesn't take much. All right, so I've got it sliced all the way around. Now I'm just gonna make one cut all the way to the end and we can pull this portion off. With that sheathing removed, I'm gonna take a pair of hose cutters and we're gonna remove this elbow section on this hose. So I'm gonna cut kind of where this fin is and right above the seam on the intake manifold. Well, I'm gonna need to go find that. Once we've got that elbow section removed, we can take our catch can, make sure we've got the 2 clamps installed on the hoses, and slide it into place. And then this can go back into the clip on the intake manifold. Make sure our clearance is good. And now we can tighten down those clamps. Then we'll just reinstall the belt cover we removed, and we can move on to the next catch can. So that was the easy one on the CCV side, but now we have to move over to the PCV side, which is located underneath the intercooler. Luckily on the VB, it is much easier to remove the intercooler than it has been in the past. I still have nightmares trying to reinstall intercoolers on EJs. But on this car, it is a piece of cake. I think it's like 6 bolts and a spring clip, and then it comes out super easy. These are all gonna be 12mm bolts that we'll be removing. We'll start on the driver's side with this bolt right here that's holding the intercooler to the bracket. There's 2 in the middle here that hold the intercooler to the throttle body. We're gonna remove all 3 of these bolts on the passenger side bracket. Moving over to the charge pipe, there's the spring clip that we need to release. What you can do is take a flathead screwdriver and pry this portion up until you see the ends lock into this little slit here. There's one on this side and one on the underside that you can't see. I'm gonna do the one on the bottom side first. You might be able to hear it click into place. So there's the bottom one. Now I'll do this one on this side slowly so you can see here. Once you get it up far enough, it'll lock into that slot, like so. And now it is released, so we can grab the intercooler and slide it out of place. I can carefully grab the intercooler. I'm gonna slide it back so it slides off of the charge pipe and the throttle body, and then I can go up and out. That easy. With the intercooler out of the way, that gives us access to this fat ass PCV hose right here that's on the back of the intake manifold and goes to the PCV valve. So grab some pliers, move the hose clamps off, and pull the hose off. All right, here we go. Pulling this hose off is never fun, so I put some gloves on to help minimize the damage to my hands. Got the top clamp off. I'm gonna unclip this to try and get it out of the way. I guess I could unplug it. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, this is on there. I'm gonna move this clamp further down. All right. Oh, I got it off the PCV valve. Yep, okay. All right. I can already see oil inside this. Let's see if I can wipe this up and show you. All right, look at that. There's some oil already. This is exactly what you don't want in the intake. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at that. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that, but there's a decent amount of oil. We can see that PCV valve down there now that we need to remove. We need a 27mm socket and likely a long extension. In its place, we're gonna install the included barbed adapter. So I'll hand thread this into place and then we can tighten it down with an 11/16. We're gonna mount the catch can to the firewall back here. You can see there's already 2 studs that are perfectly placed for us to use. So we just need to line up the bracket and then use the 2 10mm nuts that are included to lock this into position. Gotta try not to drop these. All right, I just need to tighten those down. And look at that, it's like it was meant to be there. So I've cleaned the threads on our PCV valve here. Want to make sure we get all the old sealant off so we can get the thread tape on here and install it onto the shorter hose with the fitting on there. But I wanted to show you guys this. Look inside here. You can see that oil that's in there. This is exactly why we're installing this catch can kit. I've got the tape applied on the threads of the PCV valve, so we'll thread it onto the fitting on the shorter hose. And we'll tighten these together. Now we just need to get the reducer hose on here and then get this one installed onto the barbed adapter that we installed. Get everything tidied up, reinstall the intercooler, and we should be set. Let's take a look at how I have the lines routed. So over here on the left side, I've got them zip tied to these lines here to keep them out of the way. And then the longer hose that's on the bottom goes over the top of this line, but underneath this bracket, and then it's zip tied right there. And then it goes underneath this line and down to the barbed adapter that we installed where the PCV valve used to be. For the other line that has the PCV valve installed onto it, we've got the reducer coupler here that's installed onto the PCV valve and then onto the intake manifold. So I just need to tighten down the clamps on these and down there, and then reinstall that harness that I unplugged, and then we can install the intercooler. Our intercooler should go right back into place pretty easily. Line up the charge pipe and that throttle body. And then we can reinstall the bolts and the bracket. Make sure you don't forget to release the spring clip for the charge pipe. Again, one on this side and another one on the opposite side. Once everything is back in its place, you do want to make sure that the fitting where the PCV valve here is not making contact with the intercooler. Just ensure that there's some space here so it doesn't rub together. Of course, you want to double check, make sure those valves are in the closed position. It's recommended to drain the catch cans every time you change your oil or every track day. Simple to do. Get a small container underneath, open up the valve, let it drain out, close it, wipe it down. And that's it. It is really that easy to install. If I didn't film this, it would have taken, like I said, around 30 minutes. And you guys saw the oil residue on the PCV valve. I found some in the charge pipe. So I'm really glad I'm doing this now as opposed to later. I would suggest you do the same if you care about the longevity of your engine. Huge shout out to Killer Bee for making a kit that's well engineered, that's easy to install and affordable as well. If you guys want to pick up one for yourself, the link is down in the description. Let me know if you guys have any questions or want to see any other parts installed on the WRX or the GR86. If you guys are enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh shit, I gotta find that piece that I dropped down here. Ugh.